Brought to you by...
The action genre has gone a new direction in recent years. With the success of films like John Wick, things have gotten more brutal, stylized, and dynamic in ways that are heightened by the progression of cinematography and camera work. As a result, many action filmmakers have begun to explore this arena. However, every now and then, a different type of filmmaker steps into this work, bringing a new perspective to it that pushes the normally style-driven action into a higher tier by injecting elements of drama, elevating the material into a touching story that also satiates our bloodlust. Hello friends, and welcome back to Last Action Review here on ETF. Monkey Man, released in 2024, marks the audacious directorial debut of Dev Patel, whom I first became familiar with through his portrayal of Neil Sandpat in HBO's The Newsroom. Here he also stars as the film's protagonist. The film is a potent blend of action and thriller elements, set against the vibrant yet tumultuous backdrop of India. Patel's multifaceted involvement as director, co-writer, and lead actor infuses the film with a distinct vision and energy that showcases a deep and personal narrative that aim to leave a lasting impression. The narrative centers on a character known simply as Kid, who seeks vengeance against the corrupt elite responsible for his mother's death. As an adult, Kid becomes a trained fighter, positioning himself to confront Rana Singh, the police chief implicated in his mother's murder. To achieve this, Kid infiltrates a luxury brothel and cocaine den, disguised as a sort of social club, owned by Rana's wife. The film intricately weaves themes of retribution, justice, and the enduring impact of past trauma. The concept for Monkey Man originated around 2014 when Dev Patel envisioned a man wearing a rubber monkey mask in a wrestling ring situated in the armpit of India. This vivid image led him to jot down the words Monkey Man, planting the seeds for the film's development. The film explores a range of interconnected themes that resonate with both individual and societal struggles. At its core, Monkey Man is a story of revenge. However, the film also explores the cost of vengeance and the possibility of redemption. Kid's journey raises questions about whether violence can truly resolve trauma, or if it perpetuates further suffering. As Kid confronts his enemies, he grapples with his own moral boundaries, reflecting the psychological toll of living solely for vengeance. Through his interactions with others, including Sita, Kid begins to discover avenues for healing and redemption, suggesting that justice and forgiveness are somehow intertwined. Kid's emotional journey is rooted in his unresolved grief over the murder of his mother, a loss that shapes his identity and choices. The film utilizes flashbacks of Kid's tender moments with his mother to emphasize the enduring impact of her loss. His longing for justice stems not only from anger, but also from a desire to honor her memory, showing how trauma can define one's sense of purpose. The story explores how past tragedies ripple through time, influencing future decisions and shaping communities. The film critiques the stark inequalities and systematic corruption in modern India, setting its story against the backdrop of wealth disparity and political decay. The antagonists represent a morally bankrupt upper class that exploits the marginalized for personal gain. Through its vivid portrayal of Mumbai's underbelly, Monkey Man gives voice to the struggles of the impoverished, highlighting the lack of opportunities and systemic discrimination that they all face. Kid's mission against the corrupt elite acts as a symbolic rebellion against the societal structures that perpetuate inequality. The film embraces its Indian setting, weaving cultural and spiritual elements into its narrative. The title and some thematic elements draw from Indian mythology, particularly Hanuman, the monkey god, known for his loyalty, strength, and moral courage. Kid's journey mirrors a spiritual awakening, as he evolves from a figure of raw anger to one seeking inner peace and a greater purpose. The clash between traditional values and contemporary realities underscores many of the film's conflicts, including those experienced by its characters. The film provides a voice to those often sidelined in society. By including members of the Hijra community, Monkey Man highlights their struggles and resilience, offering a nuanced representation that is rare in mainstream cinema. Alfonso, another outcast character, embodies the struggle for dignity and agency in a world that devalues him, adding depth to the theme of marginalization. The film layers these identities with economic and caste-based oppression, reflecting a multifaceted exploration of discrimination. The film's intense and stylized action sequences reflect the necessity of violence for survival in its harsh world. The battles are not just physical, but also symbolic of Kid's internal corruption. The film questions whether such methods can lead to meaningful change, or simply perpetuate the cycle of destruction. Despite its heavy themes, Monkey Man is ultimately a story of hope and resilience. Kid's transformation from a broken individual to someone capable of compassion and strength embodies the resilience of the human spirit. The film underscores the power of marginalized communities coming together to change oppression, emphasizing collective action over individual heroism. By the end, the story suggests that even in a corrupt and fractured society, redemption and change are possible through courage and perseverance. The violence and fight choreography are integral to its narrative and thematic depth, embodying the film's exploration of justice, survival, and the toll of brutality. Dev Patel crafts a visceral experience that combines raw emotion with kinetic action, showcasing violence as both a spectacle and a storytelling tool. Its approach is unflinching, designed to reflect the grim realities of the protagonist's world. It serves multiple purposes. The brutality is portrayed with stark realism. Fights are messy, unpredictable, and utterly painful, mirroring the chaos of real-life confrontations. Each act of violence carries emotional resonance, reflecting the physical and psychological toll on its characters. The savage nature of the fights underscores the dehumanizing effects of systemic corruption and societal decay. Violence becomes a language through which the oppressed fight back. The choreography here is a standout aspect of the film, blending technical precision with raw energy. The fights are not merely action set pieces, but moments of character development. Kid's evolving fighting style mirrors his journey, transitioning from raw aggression to calculated precision as he regains control over his life. Patel uses visual and auditory techniques to heighten the impact of the violence. The camera often stays close to the action, with tight framing and long takes that immerse the viewer in the brutality. Sudden cuts and shaky movements amplify the chaos and intensity of the fights. The bone-crunching sound effects, combined with the grunts and screams of the fighters, make every hit feel visceral. However, more importantly than its action, the narrative of Monkey Man feels to be deeply personal to its filmmaker, as it reflects his identity, experiences, and creative vision. As his directorial debut, the film serves as a vessel for Patel to explore themes and ideas that resonate with him on an intimate level, blending his cultural heritage with universal human struggles. Patel's decision to set Monkey Man in India and imbue it with elements of Indian culture, mythology, and societal issues reflects his connection to his heritage. As a British actor of Indian descent, Patel has often expressed a desire to tell authentic stories about India that go beyond stereotypes. With Monkey Man, he crafts a story that is grounded in Indian realities, but also accessible to global audiences. Monkey Man is not just an action-packed thriller, but also a thoughtful exploration of profound themes. Dev Patel's directorial debut successfully balances the high-octane feeling that the genre has been adapting in recent years with raw emotional depth, offering a nuanced narrative that resonates with contemporary societal issues, while delivering a deeply personal story. The film invites viewers to reflect on the transformative power of justice, hope, and human connection, while delivering a kick-ass symphony of violence. Well, friends, that's gonna be all for now. If you're interested in this film, I urge you to check it out for yourself and formulate your own thoughts and opinions about it. I hope you come share those thoughts in the comments. Let me know if there are any movies that you would like to see discussed on this channel. I always love to hear from you guys, and I do my best to try and respond to everyone. As always, I have put a link down in the description to a physical copy of the film, if one exists, so that you can add it to your collection. Using that link helps out the channel, and that is always appreciated. Furthermore, if you like the video, I urge you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already. I know many of you watching aren't yet subscribed, so help support the channel. Subscribe. If you'd like to go the extra mile and support the channel even more, we do have a Patreon. And if you sign up for our Rated R tier level, you can get yourself access to the ETF Digital Archive. We get a lot of compliments about the VHS collection that you guys see in the background of almost all of our videos. Well, we have been hard at work slowly digitizing that collection and creating a place where we can share it with all of you. Thanks to the help of the Plex platform, one of this channel's sponsors, we can now do just that. This is our way of doing our part to help preserve that gritty, nostalgic VHS look and feeling before it's gone forever. So as a special thank you for becoming a Rated R tier member, you will be added to our ETF Archive Plex server, so that you can stream our VHS collection from anywhere at any time. It's basically like having a streaming service for VHS, which I think is pretty cool. We also have a Mercari store, where you can go and get yourself a little piece of the ETF archive. While collecting VHS, Blu-rays, and DVDs over many years, we wind up with lots of duplicates, and we unfortunately can't store them all. So on our Mercari shop, we have those for sale. Purchasing those not only expands your collection, but makes room for us to expand ours. All the links for everything are down in the description. Until next time, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.